What's going on, ladies and gents, my good people? Um, Good afternoon. Uh, I wanted to get on here and talk about just the science behind the chess game and like how it coincides with your everyday life and your internal life. Okay, so when we think about a chess game, right? A chess game is one board with 64 squares. A chess game is one board with 64 squares. So 8 times 8 is 64. So that means that it's 8 squares going horizontally across the edge of the board, and it's 8 squares going uh damn. It's 8 squares going horizontally, and it's 8 squares going across, you know what I'm saying, from the bottom to the top. So from the bottom, if you go horizontally at the bottom like this way, it's 8. And when you go on the side of the board and you go vertically, it's 8. So uh 8 times 8 is 64, right? But when we talking about numbers, 0 through 9 only really is the real numbers. 0, and after that everything is 1 1 2 1 1 12 13 4. So all of that is just starting all over again. So the real numbers are only 0 through 9. Those are the only real numbers, 0 through 9. So that means that we will have to break that down into a simplest form, right? So if the chessboard has 64 squares and you break it down, 8 times 8 is what? 64, right? So since we know 64 really doesn't exist, we got to break that down to a single digit. So 6 plus 4 is 10. So we know 10 doesn't exist because it's only 0 through 9, right? So we want to simplify that as well. So 1 plus 0 is 1. We all know that. So the 1 is the body. The 1 is the goal that the devil or the higher self and the lower self are trying to reach. The higher self and the lower self are at war, just like a chess game. The higher self may make a move, and the lower self may make a move. You know what I'm saying? So just like God had his peoples and his angels, your higher self has certain people that's on certain types of frequencies or whatever. Uh, the devil has the same thing. The devil has pieces in his frequency as well. So they go into battle. They go into battle within yourself. And I always look at like the people who are controlling the pieces. That's like the divine power, the ultimate power. You know what I'm saying? The people who decide to move the pieces wherever they want to move them. I feel like that's the ultimate creator. That's working within us and moving things around, and that also can be symbolic to energy shifts. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about that, and just the world and just looking at the world around us, everything is a battle. You know what I'm saying? You either going with God or you going against God. So everybody's goal is to evolve from the lower self and get to the higher self. So give me 1 second. I wrote some shit down. Give me 1 second. So okay. Okay. 1 second. Cause I just really just was just thinking. I'm a real creative, imaginative guy. I was just thinking, and that shit just came up. I'm always like brainstorming and writing shit down anyway. But for them to become one, taking over the board, just the body being in a bad situation. Okay, so I was talking about the pieces, right? Okay, so God has his pieces on the board. Okay, so the devil has his pieces. Okay, I touched on that. So just like, yeah, God has his higher rankings, and you got your high rankings, and you got your low rankings. So your low rankings would be considered like the spiritual warriors, like, well, not spiritual warriors, but you know, in the chess, you'll consider them like the pawns or the warriors. You know what I'm saying? The first men you sent out there. You know, but if they get you in a certain position, or if the king or queen send them in a certain while you in a certain mind state, they can actually destroy you. So depending upon your movements and the way you move, you can actually be destroyed by these low ranking demons. So then you got your high ranking demons like, the bishops, the knights, you know what I'm saying, king and queen, all of those are the higher rankings. And that could be considered like the Freemasons, or you know what I'm saying, these big societies that move behind the scenes, that the puppets that's the puppet that's controlling the strings, you know what I'm saying? So just like you got a king and you got a queen on both sides, uh without the queen, the king is weak. But without the king, the game is over. You know what I'm saying? So just like even with you, you're the king on the board, but you just got to learn how to move your pieces within yourself in order for you to beat your lower self, in order for you to defeat your lower self. You have to know how to move the pieces of your higher self, or you have to know how to put yourself in position as a king, to put yourself in a higher position, or put yourself in stay safe. You know what I'm saying? And without the queen, the king is weak. You know what I'm saying? So those are the two most powerful pieces on the board, the king and the queen. So everything else is just, they control everything else. You know what I'm saying? Everything moving around, they control everything else. But the hand that moves them is the creator of that chess game, and that is the creator of that spirit, or that incarnation is the creator of the incarnation of that spirit that's controlling that vessel. You see what I'm saying? So the higher power or God will be considered Jesus, or whatever y'all Buddha, or Ra. That would be like the higher God moving the pieces within you. You know what I'm saying? But then you also got Set, which was in the Bible. They said the devil came from God, right? So that means that God will have to be evil too. So that means that God has to have some evil in him too, because the devil came from him. So the devil is God's evil side. So the devil has the same thing God has, but it's just in a negative image of God. You know what I'm saying? So, or dark energy of God, God's dark energy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's how I look at that. And so when we learn how to move these pieces, and when we can connect with the source of moving with these pieces, we can connect with the source of whoever's moving these pieces, which is our creator. Then we can know they can guide us into how they want us to move. We tap more into their mind, or their mission that they have for us on this earth, to tap into this move, and to tap into different moves in order to beat the lower self. Once you beat the lower self, whoever wins, it's a battle to control the body. Just like a chess game, it's a battle to control the board. Whoever wins controls the board. Same thing with your body. Whoever wins over the body, whoever has the most power over the body, wins the body. And that's how you got demonic people who's just gone. They just, the devils won the battle. So that's why they die off, or some people might not make it past a certain age, because the devil has won. So when the devil has won, well, your ultimate mission is to be godly and bring balance to the earth. That's your ultimate mission. Everybody has a different way of doing that, but when you come here, that's your ultimate mission. You know what I'm saying? For the average person, some people get turned out, some people turn different places, but that's the devil. That's the devil making this move on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that shit. And so what's a universal? Yeah. So what's a universal war against good and bad energy? Yeah. So if you just look at everyday life, and you just think about, it's 64 pieces on the board, which creates you. Atoms atoms and matter create you. You know what I'm saying? Bacteria and all that shit creates you. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with the board. Those 64 squares make up the board. And within that board, you have different energies that can move in certain types of ways. You have different energies that can do certain things. You have different energies that the devil sends out. You have different energies that the higher self sends out. You know what I'm saying? So, um, for the devil, the more your higher self that you get, the more intelligent that the devil gets. So he starts to target you more. Just like in a chess game, the more the better that you get, the more that you feel the urge to lose focus, or the more that you get comfortable in your own, and that's how the devil gets you. You know what I'm saying? So never get lax. You know what I'm saying? Always keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with a chess game. Like, the world outside of us, you can lose a chess game if you get distracted by the world outside of you. So that's why our ancestors came up with this game of chess, which was the ancient Egyptians, or which is the ancient Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? Back in Kemet, or Kemet, or whatever, the land of the blacks. We created that shit. You know what I'm saying? So uh, that's why we created the chess game, to help us see um uh uh the war between see and understand the war between the higher self and the lower self. You know what I'm saying? So uh the universe gave us that knowledge for us to understand on the physical. You know what I'm saying? For us to work with something on the physical. We had like plenty of games to, show us, how the world really works. Or, I'm pretty sure there's more games out here than chess, you know what I'm saying, that actually has a real big meaning, you know what I'm saying, as far as how the world is and just your whole outlook on the world, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, uh if you get distracted by the society and things outside of you, then you lose focus of the game. You start doing other stuff. You forget about the game. You go get you something to eat, and the next thing you know, you watching the movie. The next thing you know, you ain't been tuned into the game for so many years, and now it's just like it's dormant to you. You know what I'm saying? So like, get in the game, y'all. Get in the game. Show these motherfuckers what's up. Learn how to play chess, and yeah, learn how to play chess, or just learn the pieces of the game. Just learn how the pieces move and make your own chess game. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a chess game. It's either a move that God is making, or it's either a move that the devil is making. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that. How important chess is, and how you can just connect that with your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, learn how to play chess, or just learn how the pieces move, and make your own game, man. You did? Gone. Peace.